right, hi Aries. So I'm going to do a reading for you guys today. I'm using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot as well as the 2 decks of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm using the Magic and Trap cards as well as the Monster cards. All right. And the messages. Okay. So what does Aries need to know right now for their highest timeline? What does Aries need to know right now for their highest timeline? One more. What is that card? When did it come out? It's the 6 of Air. Hold it to the side. Okay. All right, so we have the Crone clarifying the 9 of Earth. All right. Crone clarifying the 9 of Earth. And this card like came out in such a weird way. So I'm gonna hold that right here. Actually, I'm gonna put it on the other side. We're gonna have it like this. Okay. All right. So what does Aries need to harness right now for their highest timeline? What would be helpful for Aries to harness right now for their highest timeline? One more. One more. Laser cannon armor. Laser cannon armor. It's a magic card. Okay. Laser cannon armor. That would be helpful for you to harness right now. We'll see what that's about. Okay, this is a huge deck. Okay. So what would be helpful for Aries to embody right now? What monster energy would be helpful for Aries to embody right now for their highest timeline? What monster energy? All right. All those wanted to come out too, but we're only going to take what fell on the floor. What's on the bottom? Rogue doll. Okay, where did that go? Monster egg and princess of Tsurugi. She looks pretty. She has an egg. I was just watching a clip from, what is that? Has Been Hotel? That show. It was about Vaggie and Charlie being best girlfriends. And in one of the scenes, there were a bunch of these little weird egg things. And then the princess of hell, but her girlfriend was coming in and telling someone else that they needed to get rid of these. We'll see. Yeah, because we have this card on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to hold these 2 cards like right here. These might be important for you, all 3. We'll see. Okay. So what does Aries need to know right now for their highest timeline? What do they need to know right now? Highest timeline, highest potential. All right. Okay. Wood. 1920s. I just did Leo's reading and they had 1910s. Miss Frizzle, the Magic School Bus. North Dakota. Johnny Depp. Renaissance. Checkers. Oh, perfect. Okay. Perfect amount of messages. Okay, the Babysitters Club. And we have two more, which are going to go perfectly underneath these two right here. So we have Ocarina under the egg. Oh. And Holly. Oh, under Princess of Tsurugi. Holly. Holly. That just came through in Cancer's reading from this last round. Interesting. Okay. All right. So where do we start? Let's start right here with this card that kind of like was making itself known. Six of Air. This is finding solutions. Bringing the light and the dark together. Shadow knowledge, light knowledge, shadow workers, light workers, combining knowledge, seeing it from all angles, all perspectives. So I'm going to have both of these since I have the whole deck right here, right in the middle between these two cards. And on the other side, we have the crone. So these two cards right here are sitting like this with the Nine of Earth sitting right between them. Okay, so Six of Air. Let's first do this. Six of Air clarifying the Nine of Earth. Independence, the garden that you've grown. Accomplishment. Resourcefully, looking around you, seeing the fruits that are growing, that are ready to harvest. But this one specifically is her handing out something. This is normally a solo energy where she's more so just like in her own garden, no one else is there. There's like birds and she's just very much like by herself. But this one is like she's plucked something or pruned something, giving something from her garden, from her resources. You can't quite see what's in her bowl, but it seems important. There's a butterfly coming out of it and also a snake. I don't know if you can see that. Drinking or eating from the bowl. Maybe even this card, receiving knowledge. Receiving something, whatever this bowl is. Or maybe this might even be her receiving something. Information or something to alchemize. Something that's needed, maybe to bring her up to the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Earth, which is family. Nine of Earth is solo. Ten of Earth is family. Yeah. Okay, and then the crone. Crone wisdom. The end of a cycle. Having learned a lot. This could literally mean an older person or someone just with a lot of wisdom in a certain topic, a certain part of life. Yeah. Or the end of a phase. Because if you see, she's about to go through that door. Right back here. There's a door. Even like something passing on. And that's clarifying. So this is on the other side of the Nine of Earth. And that's also clarifying. This Nine of Earth, the crone. This could even be harvest. We're going to keep going. We'll see more what that's about. Okay, so energy that would be helpful for you to harness right now is laser cannon armor. Doesn't really look like a set of armor unless it's like a weapon you have on your like forearm. It's an odd bit of armor. I would call that like a tool or a weapon, but it says armor. So defense and offense. It increases attack and defense. Okay, yeah, so both. And this is a first edition card, so it's valuable, or at least more valuable than the normal cards. So something that has a little value, a little extra value. We'll see. Okay. And then we have the Rogue Doll. So that's what's on the bottom of the monster energy. And I'm going to kind of see which ones here are helpful for you, or if there's something else going on, because there's 3 of them. We'll see if that story that I told at the very beginning if it's helpful at all. But that's like immediately what I thought of, is that scene where the princess of hell, her girlfriend, Vaggie, whatever her name is like not taking over, but like kind of, she knows that her girlfriend is, sometimes has like a hard time, like I guess, asserting herself amongst other people, like taking control, like leading. And there's like clearly something going on where it's like destroying the hotel. Yeah, because we have this princess here with Holly here. Oh, she has all these crystals all around her. She has these crystals all around her, even coming out of her hands, like a Wolverine. You see that? It's coming out of her knuckles. Interesting. And then we have Ocarina, which is not a harmful thing. It's a tool. And Zelda. To be able to open up new paths, reveal things, call Epona to you. Holly, so this could represent a person, a family, or holly is an herb or a bush. With berries. We'll see. Alright, let's get back into the other messages over here. Well, since I already did this, I'm going to go ahead and just say the Babysitters Club is sitting right underneath this. And it was a group of young people. It's a series of books for young adults where they go on adventures and like solve like little crimes and stuff. Kind of reminds me of the Goonies, but the Babysitters Club. Okay. I don't know how these 3 are going to work together, but we're going to see. Okay. All right, so wood. Sitting right below the 6 of air. Wood. You guys got something recently in one of the last readings about woodwork. Are you guys working on like woodwork projects, investing in something with wood? That keeps coming out. Something with wood. Wood carving? Design? Bringing something together. This could even be like bringing your more ideas that are maybe more hidden, more occult, more magical, into the light in something, into a project. I was thinking about this the other day, like even with like designing a home, and especially like with creatives, like every element of the home is an opportunity to create. Even like a stairway, like the wood on the stairwell is an opportunity for design. The door. Just like every level of the home has an opportunity. And that could be about bringing your even deeper ideas into the home, into your space. Like your shadow, your mythology, the things you believe. Bringing it more into the light, making it a part of whatever this is to do with wood. Combining it. Then we have 1920s. Sitting between this 6 of air and the 9 of earth. 1920s. So in the Leo's reading, I was just talking about something to do with the medical field that happened in the 1910s. And by 1920, is it 1926 or 1924? I believe it was 1924. Every, if not most, herbalism schools were shut down in some way by the Rockefellers. I'm trying to be a little more discerning about what I say, because I know some of the stuff I say can be kind of like a little confrontational. I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna link it, put a link to that in the bottom. But in the Leo's reading, we were talking about the 1910s, but you have 1920s, and that's the first thing I'm thinking of. Is the start date 1910s and 1920s was the end date, when they had officially closed down all of the schools that were teaching homeopathy, homeopathic knowledge, how to work with the herbs in the land, and it was done intentionally for profit. People who really didn't give a fuck about your health but wanted to make a profit on it. So Miss Frizzle. Okay, so wait, 1920s is right here, sitting between the 6 of air and the 9 of earth. 6 of air can also represent just crossing over something, resolving conflict, moving from point A to point B, getting across the river, bridges. And we have 1920s kind of bridging these two together, the 9 of earth with this card. Offering something. If you think about it, she's in her own garden. She knows what she's grown. She knows her herb. She knows like the medicinal properties of everything she's created. In whatever way, this could even be just her own knowledge. The things, we have crone energy right here, even the things that she's gained just from life experience. The things that she's turned into her medicine that's been like venom in her life. You could say that in like a metaphorical way. That's like medicinal. That's her herbs. That's like the things that she's created. And offering that, receiving that in some way, like however this energy is coming through. There's quite a few different possible stories going on right here. Okay, but officially we have Miss Frizzle sitting right below this in the very center. Miss Frizzle. Oh, so is this Miss Frizzle? I love the Magic School Bus. Miss Frizzle. She's a teacher. She jumps into things, and it always feels like she kind of is like very much like Aries energy, like head first into something. Almost like it can feel like not the full thing thought through, but at the very end you realize it was quite a in its own way it's wise. Just like Fox energy is considered the trickster, but also the wise one. Because it can be foolish. It can jump into things. It's the energy of red, orange, like fiery. Anyway, so Miss Frizzle. Yeah, she just always seems like she's just kind of like jumping into everything. Just kind of like, all right, class, let's go. Like, you know. And, like, learn as we go. Like, oh no, we're in a tough situation. What do we do? And she allows the children to determine what they need to do to problem solve. She allows her that immediate ability to problem solve. Like, now we just got ourselves into like a potentially horrifying situation. What are we gonna do now? Let's figure it out. Let's work together. That feels like Aries energy in its own way. I'm an Aries rising, so I've had to learn a lot because I've very much have been someone who like jumps headfirst at something. And I've had to learn patience. So Miss Frizzle. I love that. Teaching, offering answers, even offering questions, allowing like the classroom to figure it out, to work together. Okay. So now we have North Dakota. North Dakota. Okay, so whenever a state comes through, not everyone is going to have a connection with the state. So I always set an intention to look for that in your own life, to like hold a space for it to come in. Like, what does North Dakota mean to me? Unless you already have a connection and that means something for you, just allow it to come in. If it comes, something with North Dakota like comes through your YouTube feed or your Facebook feed, whatever you're on, maybe pay a little extra attention to it and see what it is, what the message is about, what the video is about, what the information is about, and see how that might relate to your life in some way. Because I'm not really getting anything specific with North Dakota other than like Indian reservations, Native American reservations. But nothing specific is coming through right now, but that's all I can think of at the moment. So we're going to keep it going. But it's sitting between the Nine of Earth and the Crone energy. The end stage of something. I just thought about like easing someone's pain into the transformation of something, helping something like cross over. I'm saying that in like a more metaphorical way because I just don't want to put that out there because that's more of a medical thing. Yeah, let's keep it metaphorical. So it feels like even giving out like information, helping someone like finish a phase in their life, cross over to a new phase, transform, to ease like someone's pain or help them make it through that final door even in a certain phase of life. We have Johnny Depp sitting right below it. I love Johnny Depp. I've seen so many of his movies. The most recent one I saw was Chocolat. That came through for you guys last week, didn't it? Oh. Johnny Depp. Finishing up a cycle. Even this like moment before he returns back to I forgot what her name is. Finishing up a cycle. We'll see. That's interesting. Because, okay, Johnny Depp in the North Dakota is sitting right here, which is reminding me of the door energy. Whatever this North Dakota is about, looks like it's aligned with going through that passage, that doorway. Miss Frizzle. Her holding this thing. In Chocolat, she was always like giving out stuff to people. Chocolate was like a medicine. She understood the medicinal properties of chocolate and how they worked with like almonds and stuff to help with like libido, different things. Miss Frizzle. Kind of like this alchemist, a scientist. This reminds me of her just like getting everyone to try different things, like the hot chocolate with chili powder in it. All right. Okay. And then Renaissance. Renaissance fair. Renaissance. Even like dressing up a different time period. I watched something recently about the Renaissance fairs. How we were just talking about foxes, how there's like a thing, I don't know if this is at every Renaissance fair, but I follow Save a Fox, and anyway, so they made a video a while back about they were going to a Renaissance fair, and they noticed at the Renaissance fair all these people were walking around with foxtails hanging off their thing, and there was a ton of foxtails being sold, and they were being illegally hunted and trapped, from what I understood. And this was like a huge thing at this one fair, like, so it was like a thing that everyone was wearing. It was a foxtail, and it was real foxes, not synthetic. Okay. So anyways, I have a foxtail. I was just thinking about that, but it's a synthetic one. But yeah, so that's the first thing I'm thinking of is the foxtails. We have the crone energy, which can be an energy of like death. Something aging in process. Getting towards the end of a cycle. This renaissance. We'll see what that's about. Okay. Now we have checkers underneath the laser cannon armor. Checkers. Checkers game. A duel. Oh, at Renaissance fairs, they do duels. Fake duels. Some do. But checkers. An opponent. Knowing how to outwit. Knowing what your defense and your offense is. Because you need to guard the back of your checkerboard. You want to prevent the other player from getting to the far point. But you want to keep your other ones moving to get over to their point. Laser cannon armor? Is that just the point of that? Okay, let's just keep going. Alright, so now we have Rogue Doll. With the Babysitters Club. Rogue Doll. Oh, I'm now thinking of Vaggie again, because she has this like wide kind of look to her. She's got a lot going on in this like long hair and everything. Just reminding me of... I just watched it yesterday, and technically a little bit this morning, but the Babysitters Club. Working on something together, a group of people coming together, older and younger. Babysitting. Miss Frizzle. Working on something together. Solving something. Rogue Doll. Spellcaster. Oh my god, yeah, because even in the thing, Vaggie came in to rescue her girlfriend and she was holding a spear. I don't know why that's coming through so strongly right here. Okay. So, the Babysitters Club, coming together, solving issues, solving something, making a plan of like attack or defense. Okay, and then Monster Egg with Ocarina. A warrior hidden within an egg that attacks enemies by flinging eggshells. By flinging eggshells. It reminds me of like walking on eggshells. Having to be a little more mindful about something. You know when you walk on eggshells around certain people? Because either like they're touchy and they can have the ability to harm your life. Or there's like sensitive topics at hand. But Ocarina is a tool that solves problems. You could even say like calling Epona to come to you so you don't have to walk across something and then you get on Epona and you go off. Technically you didn't walk across the eggshells. I don't know. It was a weird example. Even like opening up doors, even going around like a different way. eggshells. Because this is coming through in an odd way. Like at that Has-Been Hotel, these little things that were like going off and blasting holes through the ceilings and the walls. And Vaggie was like having to take control and yell at them and to get it under control. Because her girlfriend was a little more less prone to yell at people. Ocarina, though, is a tool that allows you to do certain things, even make like a beanstalk grow. And the beanstalk turns into like this leaf thing. I'm talking about, obviously, Ocarina of Time right now. But can transport you to different areas, almost like avoiding like the eggshells, avoiding maybe even like a trap like feeling where someone's laid out eggshells and you have to like avoid it. I don't like this energy. Kind of normally I love egg energy, but that doesn't feel like a good egg energy. Ocarina, using some kind of tool, something to get around something, to use it to do something with whatever this is about. Okay. And then we have Holly sitting underneath Princess of Tsurugi. She looks like she could defend herself, you know. She has these like crystal Wolverine blade things coming out of her knuckles. She's quite capable. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why this, it's coming through. So in Has-Been Hotel, Vaggie also, if I'm saying that right, wrong, I apologize. But she also is talking to the Princess of Hell, Charlie, about being a little more aggressive, being a little more, I guess, confrontational. Like, because she's the Princess of Hell, and she has the ability to use her powers in whatever way. She has a form of leadership. But there's a certain way, or there's a... Anyway, she's trying to encourage her to be a little more bold. With Holly. Maybe look up the spiritual meaning of holly, like the holly bush, the berries. See if something comes through with that. Unless holly means something specific for you. Could be someone, could be even like a character on a TV show that might be symbolic in some way. Could be a family in some way as well. Okay. So what does it say? Inflicts 500 points of direct damage to your opponent's life points for each magic and trap card your opponent has on the field. Alright. I keep looking at her. She doesn't look passive at all. She looks like she could do some damage. And she's... Look at that crystal throne she's sitting on. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyways. Okay, so let's go right back through this and see what else we can get from this. Okay, so wood. Right here. With the 6 of air. This could even be just like creative projects, design. It really feels like the combination of something may be important to you that's more in the shadows. Maybe that's been unspoken in some way, but bringing it more into your life, into the light of your life. And a good way to do that is like with your environment that's around you. Just like bringing out your beliefs more. Designing, like wood carving into like the wood around you, designing something, like even just sketching something out first and then just taking a chance. If you can do that, you know, if you live in an apartment, that might not be the best idea. Yeah, just really just feels like bringing something that's important to you out of the shadows and into the light, harmonizing it, bringing it together. You can even say this is like a pen right here in her hand, writing more with her shadow, what's been hidden. Yeah, she has all this beautiful like rainbow light coming out of her, right down through her chakras and up and out. Something freeing. Expressing yourself, bringing out your beliefs can be quite freeing. Letting other people see who you are, what you believe, like the stuff that's been in the shadow. Yeah, unless wood means something else for you. That's what I'm getting from this. Yeah, it literally looks like light workers, light language, shadow workers, shadow language. Bringing those together. Okay, and then 1920s, unless this means something more to you, that's really what is on my mind right now, since I was just talking about that in the Leo reading, and I'm gonna link it below. Normally, like, it's about 40-ish minutes after a reading where I finish linking everything together and I put it down below. So if you're here like within the first like 40-ish or so minutes, it might not be linked already, but I've been linking stuff down below if I've talked about it in the video. Okay, but yeah, 1920s, when the Rockefellers officially closed down, if not all, I believe it was the majority of the herbalism schools. They made it impossible to function. Very clever. It's very clever in like a deeply like psychopathic way, sociopathic way, where it's about business. Like it's treated as if like we're trying to help you and make things better, but literally closing down all of the yeah, you can see quite clearly that it was done for profit and very, very corrupt. I'll link that video down below for sure. Okay, but okay, yeah, so that's bridging together this 6 of air and this 9 of earth. Her medicine, her homeopathic knowledge, strengths. Literally, there's a butterfly coming out of her cup, and then a snake drinking or eating from it. It's nourishing, it's healing. Rebirth. Transformative butterflies. And snakes. Helping shed an old skin. And then we have the crone energy right here. With Miss Frizzle. With this energy. Then the 9 of earth. Okay. Yeah, and then North Dakota. yeah, just hold a space for this and just see what it means. Just allow it to come in and just see what the message is about. If it's like a documentary, like however it comes in for you. It feels like it's going to bridge this medicine and walking through this doorway in some way. Yeah. Okay, and then we have Johnny Depp sitting right below this, like right in the center, which is reminding me of the actual woman, this crone energy. Something being completed. Yeah, it just reminds me of him coming back. That moment, like he leaves and he's getting like his, you could say, his affairs in order. He's finishing off his previous life, like the life that he had already had established and created for himself. He was very much a vagabond. Like they were very similar people, just in different ways. And the reason why he came back, but the reason why they were able to get together was because she chose to stay. That's part of the last reading. If you're interested in that part of the story, I'd go watch that with Aries. Yeah, this is about Johnny Depp, his side. So this is okay. Okay, it could mean different things for everyone, but it feels like a cycle is ending. Let's just put it like that. A cycle is ending. And since we do have Johnny Depp here, unless this is meaning something different for you, but it feels like that moment right before he's about to come back. Crone energy, something dying, finishing off. And then Renaissance. Also, Johnny Depp is an artist. He's a pretty cool artist. Watched a lot of his art videos, like how he creates his art. And he does a lot of like tarot artwork as well. So that might be fun if you're here, you like tarot, to check out if that's interesting to you. Okay, so now Renaissance. I'm just thinking about fairs, like the dress up, like stepping back into another time even. The foxtail thing like really bothered me though. That's like the first thing I'm thinking about. And I had mentioned foxes at the very beginning of the video. I forgot what I was saying about foxes, but I mentioned them. Yeah. Okay, checkers with laser cannon armor. First edition. A valuable set of armor. A valuable defense system. Valuable strategy. Being able to defend and attack. Being able to keep the back row protected, as well as being a good offensive player and avoiding the offensive moves of another person. Finding an opening, forcing them to attack. Forcing movement to find the opening. I'm not really someone that is like, would recommend like manipulative behavior. But in checkers, that's like strategy in a game. Okay, so now we have the Babysitters Club. Rogue doll. Hold this up again. Rogue doll. This spear. A deadly doll gifted with mystical power. It is particularly powerful when attacking against dark forces. We need a little bit of that, this 1920s energy. Interesting. So the Babysitter's Club. Putting clues together. Finding solutions to a problem. Like, something went missing or something happened. Like, someone, you know, was, like, harmed. Like, what happened? Who did it? How do the pieces connect together? Strategy. How do we move? The energy you're here to harness right now, or that would be helpful for you to harness. Checkers. Checkers like mindset of defense and attack. Protecting the home while finding an opening. Rogue doll. The Babysitter's Club. It feels literally like working together with people. Or a collection of ideas, like however that works, however that's coming through for you. Okay, and then the monster or monster egg. With ocarina. This feels manipulative. Like, someone purposely throwing out eggshells for you to like trip over them or even to yell at you because you walked on their eggshell. I've known some people like this. It's really gross behavior. They almost like do something intentionally so that you will do something so that then they can yell at you. It's like literally creating a problem to be able to yell or create drama. Ocarina. Maybe look up some videos of Ocarina from Zelda. Strategy, a tool, like how he gets through doors, how he gets around things, how things, like even that plant one with the beanstalk. Literally, he does the thing and he gets on top of that leaf and it transports him around things. He could avoid what's on the ground and like get above it and go. Avoiding the eggshells on the ground. Higher perspective. Understanding maybe why someone is doing something. Or the point of the eggshells. Yeah, Ocarina. Yeah. Zelda, Ocarina of Time, like, or it's the most nostalgic music to me. I actually have an ocarina over here. It's right here. Just gonna show you guys. Got it a while back. It's quite beautiful. Ocarina. Music. New methods. New talent. I'm thinking about even like music production. That's been coming through a lot in the videos. Using different instruments even. Using things in new ways. Okay. It's gonna help you get around whatever this like monster egg energy is. Okay, and then we have Holly, Princess of Suguri. Surugi. Now I'm thinking about Queen Irby. I was listening to a lot of Queen Irby earlier today, and in a lot of her music videos, she's kind of dressed like that. Kind of like, I have armor. You don't want to fuck with me. If you want to, you can, but I can defend myself. With Holly underneath it. Maybe even like if this is like more, maybe you look more passive if like you're spiritual, maybe have a more like passive look to you. And maybe some people might think that that's easy to take advantage of or use your empathy against you. Like that's literally what like eggshell reminds me of, like using your sensitivity or someone using your empathy, your emotional energy against you in some way. But she looks well armed, like crystal, divination. You could even say like tarot cards. Like she's well armed with like this magic in some way. Yeah. Just Wolverine. Okay. All right, so is there anything else here? I'm gonna tag below whatever is needed. There's a couple of things I already see that I'm going to tag, definitely. And Miss Frizzle, is there any specific... The bridge? I just recently watched the bridge one, where they're learning how to create bridges to get from point A to point B, and you have 6 of air here, which is about bridges, getting from point A to point B. I might post that, we'll see. But yeah, okay. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. And yeah, there's a lot to look into. If you're just inspired to go find your own things, I'm going to be posting the few things that came out below. About like 40-ish, 50 minutes, however, right after this video. So, alright, I wish you guys well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.